Hey guys, Jessica with Southern Sparrow. Wanted to bring you an introduction to how to play American Mahjong. I'm starting today with where I think every lesson for Mahjong should begin, the tiles. We're going to talk about the different suits and the different tile imagery that you'll see when you're playing American Mahjong and how that applies to actual gameplay. I've brought out 3 sets today. I have our country club set, I have one of our chinoiserie sets, and then I have a more traditional set. This is not made by us, but wanted you to be familiar with that traditional imagery if when you sit down for the first time you're playing on an older set.
Different tiles you'll see in Mahjong. Similar to a deck of playing cards, in Mahjong there are also suits. So the suited tiles are here, here, and here. You have 3 suits in Mahjong. You have Bam, let's look at the traditional set. Bam, short for bamboo. On the traditional set, these are very, they're little stylized sticks. On our chinoiserie set, our Bam, our bamboo suit, are real little stalks of bamboo that grow as the numbers get larger. And on the country club set, you'll see that they are little golf clubs. So you have the suit Bam on all 3 sets. Then you have the suit Dots. Again, on the traditional set, these dots are represented as little circles or coins, dot. On the country club set, they are golf balls. And on chinoiserie, they are the little spots on our koi fish. Then the final suit in Mahjong tiles is Crak. So that's short for Chinese character. So you'll see these are characters on the traditional set. On our chinoiserie set, they're fun little double happiness ginger jars and vases. And on the country club set, they are the pin flags from the golf course. So again, our suits are Bam, Dot, Crak. And in those suits, you have the numbers 1 through 9 with a matching dragon. So the matching dragon for Bam is the green dragon. The matching dragon for Dot is the white dragon. We'll come back to this one in just a second. And the matching dragon for Crak is the red dragon. So you have 1 through 9 matching dragon in Bam, Dot, Crak. And there are 4 of each tile in a set. So 4 1 Bams, also called the bird Bam, because there's always a little bird on the 1 Bam. We like to play bird Bams. When someone discards a bird Bam during the game, we will clink our glasses and say, cheers, bird Bam. Just a little fun thing if you're playing a social game at home. So again, Bam, Dot, Crak, numbers 1 through 9 with a matching dragon, and there's 4 of each of those tiles in your set. Now, let's come back to this white dragon. It's shaped a little bit differently than the others, right? It doesn't look like an actual dragon like the others do. It's a little rectangle. It's called the soap often because it's shaped like a little bar of soap. And in American Mahjong, this soap tile can be used as a 0. And when it's used as a 0, it doesn't have a suit. So it's always kind of called the soap, but it's because it can do double duty. It can be the matching dragon with this dot suit, or it can be used as a 0. We'll explore the National Mahjong League card on another video, but we'll talk about how that can be used then. When it's a 0, it's often in those year sections. So to make a 2024 or something like that would be your soap tile. So again, Bam, Dot, Crak, numbers 1 through 9, matching dragon, and you have 4 of each of these tiles in a set. Okay, now let's talk about the non-suited tiles in Mahjong. So those will be your flowers. So you have flowers, 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 and your winds. Let's talk about flowers. There are 8 flowers total in a set of Mahjong tiles. You'll see on the traditional set that the flowers are numbered. In American Mahjong, we ignore the numbers on those flowers. That's why you don't find them on our flower tiles. On our sets are designed with American Mahjong in mind. They can certainly be used to play other variations such as Chinese Mahjong or Rishi Mahjong, but they are not numbered on the flowers. So if you're playing on a traditional set and you're playing American Mahjong, you can just ignore the numbers on the flowers. But a flower, you'll see it on your National Mahjong League card as an F. And a flower is a flower is a flower. It can be any grouping of flowers in your hand. You don't need to look to match them. In our country club set, the flowers are kind of these campy, cute little varieties of grass and different dandelions you might find if you spend any time in the rough on the golf course. In our chinoiserie set, we chose flowers that are traditionally lucky in Chinese art and culture, just as a fun nod to the tradition of the game. And again, you have 8 of those in each set of tiles. Now, the other honors tiles or non-suited tiles are the winds. So you have, they're laid out here. I know when we learn our directions in school, we learn it north, south, east, and west. In Mahjong, you'll usually see it depicted as north, east, west, south, spelling out the word news. That's how it's often shown on the National Mahjong League card, as this north, east, west, south news combination. So north, east, west, south. You have 4 of each of these in your set of tiles. So 4 norths, 4 easts, 4 wests, 4 souths. So that's the news, the winds tiles. Finally, we have kind of our fun tiles, the jokers and the ever controversial blanks. Let's talk jokers first. Here's the traditional jokers. In our country club set, the jokers are these fun little golf carts and golf gloves. And in the chinoiserie set, you'll see little foo dogs. A foo dog is a temple guardian. And so this is guarding or protecting your mahjong here, helping you win. Jokers can be used in any grouping of 3 or more tiles. So you can never use a joker in a single or a pair, but you can win with jokers in your hand. They can go up on your rack. Again, we'll talk about that when we get into gameplay in another video, but you can win with jokers in your hand. In fact, you can have a whole section of your hand, as long as it's 3 or more tiles, you can have a whole section in your hand that's all jokers. You don't have to have that representative tile, but you can use jokers and they will help you in American Mahjong to make your groupings as long as they're in groups of 3 or more. Never use them in a single, never use a joker in a pair. Now let's get into the controversy. So blank tiles, a little history lesson. Historically, when Mahjong tiles were all hand carved one by one, you would receive some blank tiles. And if you lost a tile, let's say that you lost your 8-bam, you could send this back to the manufacturer and they would carve it again for you and you could put it back into your set. As Mahjong tiles started being factory produced, people would just then still get the blanks and just write with a Sharpie what the missing tile was, and you would just have 2 dot written on here, and that would be your extra 2 dot. Now, at Southern Sparrow, we will provide replacement tiles for you. In fact, if you register your tile set that you bought from us, we'll give you up to 5 replacement tiles free. That just felt like the right thing to do. It's a bummer when you lose a tile. It would suck to also have to pay for it. So because we will replace your lost tiles for you, there's not really a need for these blank tiles, right? You don't have to have a Sharpie one. You can still have your pretty picture one. We'll just mail it to you. So what people have started to do over the last 4 or 5 years in Mahjong, and it does seem to be kind of here in the South more prevalent, but migrating northwards, people are playing with blanks in their gameplay, and the way they're using them is to recover a dead tile. Again, we're gonna go into all of the nuance of the gameplay of Mahjong in a separate video, but just so that you're aware, you get 6 of these with your set. Many homes are now using this as a house rule to include blanks in their gameplay. And let's say that someone discards an 8 crack, you need that for your hand. Maybe it's a single or a pair that you need and you can't call it. You can quietly and secretively rescue it with your blank tile and put that in your rack, and then you have the opportunity to play that tile. Again, lots of controversy around that. If you're playing National Mahjong League rules, you will pull out your 6 blanks. You will also pull out 2 of the 10 jokers that come in your set from us if you're playing traditional National Mahjong League tournament style rules. Now, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, my home groups, the vast majority of them, we play with all 10 jokers and we play with all 6 blanks. And the reason that we like to do that, despite the fact that it's a bit controversial because it's not aligning fully with the National Mahjong League rules, is that we like to have a cocktail or 2 or 3, and we like to chat about our day. It is my main form of getting to catch up with my friends, is playing Mahjong, and so I like to have the extra opportunity to play some extra jokers and some ability to be able to rescue those dead tiles if I need them for my hand. So just so that you're aware of those 2 uses, we'll talk through them more in the gameplay video, but let's review really quickly. You have your BAM suit, which is numbers 1 through 9 with the matching green dragon. You have your dot suit, which is numbers 1 through 9 with a matching white dragon, also called the soap. And you have cracks as a suit, short for Chinese characters, but you have numbers 1 through 9 with a matching red dragon on those tiles. Then we have our non-suited tiles, flowers and winds, and our helper tiles of jokers. Now, 8 of these are part of tournament style, so you don't need to pull out all your jokers if you want to play tournament style following National Mahjong League rules. Just take out the 2 extra ones that we send you, and blanks if you want to try playing with those, or remove 6 of them, and then you have a tournament style set to play with. So again, these are the Mahjong tiles that you will see.
I hope that was helpful in getting you started with learning to play American Mahjong. In my opinion, the best way to learn is by hiring an instructor to come in and teach you and your friends. We have a great list of instructors on our website if you'd like to try to find someone to come and teach you. But this is a great place to start. Learn the tiles and get to know the game a little bit. And follow us for more videos. We're going to be putting together a full how-to series so that you can learn right from your own home and get started with this game that we love so much.